Welcome back to SourceFed. I'm William Haynes, and they got me here again because people are sick. In pop culture news, by now you're definitely aware of Nicki Minaj. She's lit. Honestly, one of the dopest rappers of any gender alive right now. She's got more bars than a 19-year-old getting caught smoking weed in Texas. She made headlines intentionally this week when she accused shoe designer Giuseppe Zanotti of racism. She claims that even though he has named shoes after her, he still lacks real-life respect for her, tweeting, "This is wonderful. Hashtag Giuseppe Zanotti seems to think it's okay to name his sneakers after me, but his PR says they won't take our call. LOL." After this, the hashtag Giuseppe What's Good started to trend worldwide, being a reference to when Nicki Minaj called out Miley Cyrus at the VMAs.
This that had a lot to say about me the other day in the press. Miley, what's good?
Look, I don't know if Giuseppe is racist or not, but he should be happy that Nicki didn't throw it on wax. This woman is a legend on the mic. Twitter is more of a Trump thing. She would have been all, yeah, Nicki. And then Giuseppe, what's good? Something like that. I'm gonna be honest with you from the get-go. I truly believe that Trump's Twitter feed is a distraction for liberals on what's really going on. Liberals instantly get mad about every tweet even though they have nothing to do with anything. People are retweeting and responding to Mr. Trump's tweet this morning, which stated, "My daughter Ivanka has been treated so unfairly by @Nordstrom. She is a great person, always pushing me to do the right thing. Terrible." First off, Mr. Trump, tweets like this are why people think you have stakes in things other than the United States of America. I know you call the shots, but you should really be using all your influence on expanding the free world, not criticizing the efforts of a luxury department store with $14 billion in revenue in 2015 alone. I'm not gonna talk about this anymore because we gotta stay hashtag focused on things that actually matter, like the fact that Jeff Sessions is set to become Attorney General. Also, Betsy DeVos was confirmed to be the new Secretary of Education, and people are flipping the hell out. A lot of people think that she's unfit for the job because she herself has never been or sent her children to public school. People believe that she's gonna put her efforts into things like for-profit and charter schools, which may teach opinions rather than factual education. Basically, in layman's terms, every kid gets a certain amount of money to be able to go to public school. She believes that people should be able to take that money and go to a private or charter school. The issue is that schools in lower income communities would have money funding their schools taken away when these kids leave. Mind you, the educational system is already crumbling, and this would further deteriorate one of the most important institutions within our country. Also, some people believe the only reason she has this job in the first place is because her family has donated $200 million to the Republican Party. If you can't perceive how much money that is, that's okay because most of us motherfuckers can. Let me explain. As of 2016, Justin Bieber's estimated net worth was $200 million, and he has intercourse with women on islands because what else would you do with that much money? Beyonce's estimated net worth is $265 million, and nobody's ever seen her wear the same thing twice, so think about it. My net worth is about the $8 I got in my wallet. I don't know where my wallet's at. People are also freaking out politically because in an attempt to persuade Republicans to not confirm Jeff Sessions as Attorney General, Senator Elizabeth Warren tried to read a letter from Coretta Scott King written in 1986 condemning Sessions for racism. Senator Mitch McConnell wasn't having it.
I call the senator to order under the provisions of Rule 19.
The senator will take her seat.
I'm surprised that people are surprised that the American Congress silenced the woman. You think Mitch McConnell gives a shit about Martin Luther King Jr., let alone his wife? You think they made him watch My Friend Martin every year in elementary school? Well, reportedly, Mr. McConnell's parents actually did oppose segregation. While going to the University of Louisville, he reportedly encouraged students to march with Reverend Martin Luther King Jr. What happened, Mitch? You forgot that shit? Education is the most important thing in this country. It's literally how we teach our children the differences between right and wrong. Decision making. If we allow the rich to capitalize on the minds of young Americans, they will grow up believing that education is a privilege, not a right. Plus, I just matched with Betsy DeVos on Tinder. I think she wants my number. She wants to know what kind of math I like. Hey guys, there's a lot going on in the world right now. No matter what side of the political spectrum you're on, we should band together as people, not red or blue. No matter who's president or who's in charge of what industry, we gotta remember that the government works for us. Things constantly feel out of our hands and as if we don't have control over what goes on in the grand scheme, but that's just not true. In America, we have democracy. We blow up countries all over the world that aren't even trying to stop us to make sure it stays that way. So if you feel powerless, do something about it. Grab a clipboard, get some signatures. It's Betsy. She sent me a link to a website that I can use my credit card on. This ain't Betsy DeVizzles. SourceFed. And hey, check out People Be Like. We upload 3 times a week. Check out this new episode of The Minority Report. Or something.
Who introduced you to the world of hot Cheetos?
Myself.
Do you prefer the hot Cheeto over the normal Cheeto?
I do, as a matter of fact, yeah.
Well, it turns out the whole commercial is one of those things that them artists call a metaphor. It turns out the commercial is supposed to be about Adolphus Bush, the founder of Budweiser, and his journey to America.